Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to another RuneScape video. So I have got pretty much no topics in mind. I just figured I would turn on the recording and make another video because it's been quite a while since I've uploaded anything on this channel, and I'm deeply sorry about that. Yeah, I haven't really had much progress going into RuneScape, and also have kind of been lacking the motivation to play. However, I'm still around. I'm still making some XP gains, not the greatest. So the lack in videos and the absence in playing RuneScape is not related to any other video games. I've not been really doing much else except for real life related things. So I've just kind of got a lot going on and haven't really felt like playing. Real life catches up to you, you get tired, come home from work, that sort of thing. And it's just, you don't really feel like playing RuneScape sometimes. And that's just how it is. I'm sure some motivational spark and I'll come back to gaining XP regularly and feeling the desire to. However, currently I'm on a bit of a hiatus. It is very hot out today, so apologies if I start sweating in this video. We'll see how this goes without a fan on. I don't want to disrupt the audio too much. So I suppose one thing I can update you guys on, which isn't really due to any of my own achievements, but just one of the many EHP updates to the game. I guess two different things actually resulted in this. If you look at rank 23 here, you can see my name. If you can't tell already, I have surpassed Lynx Titan in EHP, but not to my own progress in my account. This is due to both free-to-play EHP and pay-to-play EHP being updated. I'm not really 100% sure on what changed in pay-to-play, but I know there are quite a few extreme multi-skilling methods that have been passed into the rates. Quite the opposite here in free-to-play, to my contentment. We have now gotten rid of the sweaty methods that I absolutely despise. Whether or not they actually deserve to be free-to-play EHP methods is not much of my concern. I didn't have anything to do with this, nor have I had anything to do with EHP in a minute, but back to this. I've overtaken Lynx Titan in EHP, not obviously, as I said, not because of anything I've done. Yeah, that's kind of crazy though. It'll make for a good video title, I suppose, but beyond that, not too much. As you can see, there's plenty of other limited accounts ahead of myself, but I'm just like the closest to the bottom of the limited accounts, it seems, but that's okay. I did see this day coming long time ago. Obviously, as soon as the combined rates came out, combined high scores came out, I knew that eventually one day I would pass the people with Tune Real All and pay to play, because that's just how it is. EHP gets updated, methods come out, updates happen, and pay to play is becoming quite easy. However, free to play is not really changing a whole lot, so that's always good to see. On the topic of methods and rates and such, I have come to realize recently that I don't really care about doing 1-to-1 EHP a whole lot. I would love to get 1-to-1, and it's a nice way to measure how you're progressing in your account, more so on a week-to-week basis, or see how much XP you've gained, EHP you've gained every single day. It's nice to see after a big grinding session. Say I played 6 hours and I gained 5.5 EHP, I'd say that's a pretty solid 6 hour. That sort of thing is extremely nice, and I think EHP is a very motivating tool because of that. And so it is nice to have methods that I'm willing to do. At the same time, I understand that methods need to change if they do. If a lot of people are doing a method that's over EHP, perhaps it should be EHP, but problem is a lot of free-to-play players, I would say 99.9% of free-to-play players, are not doing the EHP methods that were previously a part of our rates, and even the best players in the game. Not saying that I'm the best player in the game to any extent. There are people who would love to do these hyper-efficient, super multi-skilling methods that I don't really enjoy them, I think. Those players, even then, these players that are willing to do these methods are doing them for brief periods of time, and I can say that a lot of people have had wrist problems as of late. It's become a trend, so I think that's fair that our EHP changed. It's actually become quite common to get wrist problems doing these methods. I think back to when I first started free to play and there weren't a whole lot of accurate rates, I suppose you could say, and it wasn't really any guide for me to go into my account with. A lot of you starting have said that you've seen my maxing guide, and that's really helped. I've heard a lot of people say that to me, and I know Iodine came out with a maxing guide for free-to-play ultimates as well. Very comprehensive, along the same lines as what I did. And you know, a lot of people come into this game and they have those things to go off of, so they know generally what's the most efficient route to take in your account. When I started my account, there was absolutely nothing. Pretty much I knew what I knew from playing RuneScape 3 free-to-play and what people had told me playing that game. I just had to come up with my own methods, taking into account things I knew about pay-to-play as well, like watching a lot of videos from Hexus members and listening to their podcasts back in the day. I got a general idea of how to be quote-unquote efficient, and you know, that really inspired me to try and find the best methods for myself, and that was absolutely a great and fun time. A part of maxing my account to begin with is that I had to figure out how to do it, essentially. And I know a lot of people probably don't want to have to deal with that and just want to get right into training their account and doing some crazy efficient methods, and that's cool. But I found that enjoyable, and I think part of that, coming up with those methods myself, and also just over the years adapting to different methods that have been discovered, have been to say I've come to realize that the methods that I enjoy are the methods that I enjoy, and when a new method is discovered and I try it out and I don't enjoy it, then I don't want to force myself to do it, or just if I don't enjoy doing it long term, I don't want to do it. That's just how it is. I even did that with mining. Like, I figured, hey, I can probably get some superheats in while I'm doing 200 mil mining, and I did probably about 80 million mining XP that way. And after that, I was like, that's it. I'm not doing a single more superheat. I can't do it anymore. It's just actually making me not want to mine anymore. So because of that, I stopped doing it and definitely started gaining more XP. So you got to do what you got to do to get through the skills, is my point here. And I feel like I really hope I'm not just reiterating things I've said previously in videos, which is probably the case. I don't know. I haven't really gone back and watched my own videos, so I don't really know what I've said over the years. Those of you can let me know if I'm repeating myself here or not, but these are just thoughts I've had recently. Sometimes I do, for example, enjoy two-tick oaks. It is quite a nice method in some ways, and in others it's also a very boring method. Like, it's not super engaging. It is engaging in a way where you're clicking a lot, but it's kind of boring. It's like click log, click tree, click log, click tree. And even then, something like 2.6 tick willows, it's super engaging and also involves a lot of thought, but at the same time that can get really tiring. It almost hurts your brain after a while to have to think so much to do woodcutting. Which in my experience, it was fun to do, like to go for like 1 hour records and see who in free to play could get the best 1 hour record in 2.6 tick willows. That was so much fun to me. Also, you know, that just involved a lot of RNG as well, so there's that. But my point is, if you have a goal set, for example, I want 200 mil woodcutting, I'm not going to limit myself to doing one method. If I feel the need to take a break and AFK some willows like I am right now, I would recommend doing so, because you're making progress towards your goal and not burning yourself out at the same time. All these things probably seem quite self-explanatory, but I'm coming to realize how crucial they are in training skills. On the topic of hour records, I've brought back the hour record scene in free-to-play Discord. In a way, it's still the same thing, but essentially what we're working on and have done is archiving all of the previous record submissions over the years into a spreadsheet, and we've erased the current Discord high scores to make way for a sort of seasonal high score. What's happening here is people will submit their records up until July 2nd, which is the end of the first quarter of the year, and once that date has occurred, then players who have placed in the top 3 of each of the skills, being regular, iron, or ultimate, which iron and ultimates share the same high scores with the exception of runecrafting, and they've come in the top 3, then they'll receive points towards receiving the challenger role, which previously to get that title in free-to-play Discord, you had to have at least 5 current top, or it might be 3. I think it was 5 current top 3 records, which is quite challenging. But yeah, so we've kind of made a way for people to get that slightly more easier, but also not, because you'll have to be competing with other people to get those top 3 positions in each skill. And if you're not familiar with all this, it's probably just going over your head, and I'm sorry, but kind of some interesting news if you feel like competing in sort of a short-term record type of scenario where you're not like having to do a whole day's worth of skilling and like a whole week's worth of skilling, 6 hours of skilling even. Then this is a nice way to compete against other players if you feel like testing your skills. Even if you don't feel confident in your clicks, then I would still recommend, joining our Discord. It's definitely will be a lot of fun. Haven't been a whole lot of submissions yet, which is understandable. I personally was planning on doing some submissions myself, but at the time I got sick, and I was sick for literally like an entire month, and it was not enjoyable whatsoever. So I couldn't even get myself to like do a record without having to like cough or blow my nose. So that kind of would have ruined a lot of those records, so I didn't bother doing one. However, I would like to get into it. Also, I wanted to mention, we reached out to a few players in the clan, and people have decided to help with the submissions, because I have in the past lacked on getting them updated on time and posted into the Discord channel. We've elected Halcyon Seed and Helpless Bob to be archivers, so shout out to them. I might have mentioned this in the last video, but we are still doing weekly Discord sessions on every Saturday at 5 p.m. EST. Kind of aligns with most other time zones, so it should be somewhat doable for most people, and apologies if it can't, but we can't please everybody, I suppose. I've been actively joining those pretty much every weekend. I've only missed one so far. Shout out to Key Basher for not missing a single one yet, and he likes to rub that in our faces. I would really like to get another podcast out soon. I haven't really talked to the guys about it yet, but yeah, definitely going to do another one of those. I feel like it's been quite enough time since the last one. I think there's been a lot of major changes in RuneScape that are worth talking about. I haven't really heard the details myself, but I did see people in Discord talking about something to do with Game Jam. Yeah, I'm not following on any of that, so I kind of missed out whatever tweet was tweeted or blog post. Not really sure what was happening exactly, but sounds like not a lot of good stuff. I think it had something to do with JMods being able to make their own content, which is fine, I suppose, but yeah, we'll see what happens out of that. Probably, I don't want to speak too soon, but we'll see. Yeah, so I think I had some clips saved from the last time I made a video, just in the generally throughout the few months, random clips that have been recorded, so I'll put them right here.
Remington, though. Interesting.
I want to know what happens when you do this on a UIM. Like, is there dialogue written for that?
Yeah. I don't even think there is. I swear I've never even seen that dialogue option.
There's a typo in the dialogue too. It's two periods and then a comma afterwards. Yeah, when he says okay then.
Okay then, 2 periods.
Yeah, okay then, 3 periods, comma. Yeah, check it. Pause.
Where?
After this. There it is.
3 periods and a comma.
Hey, that's a stylization. That's an ellipsis.
No, it doesn't occur anywhere else.
No,
I feel like that was intentional.
That's a stylization. That's an ellipsis followed by a comma.
Let's see. No, I checked every dialogue that we have in our database, and that's the only dialogue.
That is an ellipsis followed by a comma. That's not a mistake.
It's an RuneScape Classic artifact. Look in your game chat. Hold on, go to your game chat.
It's the most inefficient way to bank stand.
I like it.
Pause, open your game chat.
It looks like Pause is picklocking the gate. The post.
See, look, Shantae saunters over to talk to with you.
What does that mean? As for the stats, currently 117 mil woodcutting, as you can see, making my way towards 120. Hopefully I'll be there soon. Make another account progress video, not just a ramble. Also just hit 30 mil fire making recently. Just kind of felt like lighting some logs. I know, as I said, it's I'm not really caring too much about efficiency, quote unquote, as of late, meaning multi-skilling in this case. Don't really feel like doing scatter fire making or whatever you want to refer to it as. I just kind of prefer the old way of fire making personally and playing an alt for money. So that's always fun. Watching TV show on the side as well. I was doing some prayer for a bit. Managed to. At one point I was motivated enough to try and aim for 100k prayer XP per day, and I did that for about a week or so, or I don't know, maybe like a mil XP. So I got some prayer XP in there as well. Not too bad. Ranged is at 182 point almost 5 mil now, getting close to 200. Pretty awesome. Hit points 135.9. Magic been splashing a bit. Don't know what I was last time, but I did surpass 110 mil. It might have been within this past video. I might have hit that. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, mainly just splashing at work though, not in my free time or anything. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about it. Still lamping Runecraft at 15.2 mil right now, and 1.593 bill XP, getting close to 1.6. Pretty sweet. 2 will be a nice number to hit. Can't wait to hit that. That'll probably happen quite a bit after woodcutting though, so won't be anytime soon. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for today's video. Might have been short, not really sure. Haven't really been keeping track of how long this has been, but regardless, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in another video. Hopefully at 120 mil woodcutting would be ideal, but we'll see. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Take care.